What's up everybody, my name is StreamBetter64 and welcome back to The Legend of Zelda, the Wind Waker HD Hero Mode 3-Heart Run. In the last episode, we had gone over to find Jaboon, but unfortunately he was not where we thought he was, and then the sea got cursed and it was raining pretty much all day and all night, and actually time itself was frozen, and so... But then we actually learned where he was, and we ran into Tetra. We talked to her for a little bit through the stone and like her pirate crew and whatnot, and then we went to Outset Island and we found Jaboon, and now we have Nayru's Pearl. And so in today's episode, we're gonna put the pearls back to where they belong and, you know, get some stuff done. As you probably saw in the disclaimer at the beginning of this video, this is not the original recording. In fact, this is the second try of this recording. So to catch you all up, because it's kind of briefly explained in the disclaimer. Oh, I don't want to deal with you. But my recording setup stuff, my USB-C hub specifically, had crapped out, unfortunately. And so I could not record this episode for a really long time because I just had to order it. And then also I had to troubleshoot because I wanted to make sure everything, you know, I knew everything that I had was working and that it was the USB-C hub. So unfortunately, you know, during the actual recording of the first episode, by the way, we're heading up here because we want to grab something, if you couldn't already figure out what we're trying to do. But yeah, nothing was working. So in the actual footage of the original recording, a lot of it was very broken up. Oh, I need to hit it west. I did the same mistake in the original recording too. But yeah, so everything was all glitching, everything was all corrupted. It was basically all unusable. I think even the voice of my, you know, what you hear when you guys watch my videos was just very choppy as well, and it was not up to the quality standards that I like to produce for my channel. And I think I haven't had anything happen like that since maybe when I did a stream recording for the Halloween special that I did for the Mario Party games on Twitch. I think that's my most, I think, biggest screw up in terms of like recording and streaming that I can think of anyways, because mostly other than that it was just some audio issues. And so yeah, I could not use, you know, any of that footage, not even to like even try, and I was considering trying to voice over it. We're just gonna grab a bomb here, but even then, you know, like I said, choppy, nothing was usable. And you know, when I make these videos and produce these things, you know, myself, I want to be able to give quality here, because you guys, not only do you guys deserve the best for what I produce, but I also want to make sure that what I put out is what, you know, I'm going to be happy with at the end of the day, because it's me who records this, you know, watches it and does all the editing and whatnot. I'll read this line. Young Waker of the Winds, allow me to aid you in your quest. I won't voice any of the other times she says this because it's mostly just the same thing. The only reason why I'm reading this one again, even though we saw her in the last episode, is because she, you know, that fairy's dialogue was different from this one. You can now carry more rupees. You can now hold up to 1,000. The fairies in this fountain shall ease your weariness. When you grow fatigued from your battles, come here to be refreshed. Thank you. Okay. You know, I will maybe... Am I low on anything? Yeah, I said I don't even really have enough, I think, to get another bottle at this current moment anyways. But yeah, so that's kind of why this episode has been really delayed, because, you know, not only having to order a new USB-C hub, I was actually able to find the same one, but apparently they've upgraded it, so love that. So I think instead of it being a 3.0 USB-C hub, it's now 3.2, so a whole 0.2 makes a big difference. So not only that, but then I had to do some test recordings to make sure that everything was going to go okay. I did find some additional issues. Oh, for a second I thought I jumped off. I did find some additional issues, but it seems, I think, just my TV wasn't updating as well, so I think just it was having some trouble. There were just some really weird like freeze frames during the video. But I did a couple more test recordings after that, and this time it should be hopefully more stable than it was the last time. You know, fingers crossed, because I'm going to be really disappointed if it happens again. But Yeah, but those are just some things, that are really much out of, your control, if that makes sense. You can't really prepare for those things, that'll happen. And definitely there's been some things in episodes where again, the whole voice thing, cutting out, there are just some things you can't control or figure out in the moment, and you just kind of have to go along with it. So I'm really happy that I was able to kind of troubleshoot it, and, I did have that previous USB-C hub for almost 5 years, because I didn't have it originally when I started recording. I had something completely different, because it was mostly like this big white block that attached to my computer, and so, but I wanted something that could also hold Ethernet, and that's what this one does, and that's why I like to use it for my recordings. And let's see, where was I going with this? I don't know. But to make a long story short, things are hopefully working this time, and I'm really, really hoping that everything goes smoothly this time, because I don't want to do this again. Not to re-record everything, because it's definitely, in the sense, a little annoying to have to do it again, and having to do something. I liked, my first reactions to things, but I've also played this game before, so in a sense I know what to do, and also too, because I saved a bit of the footage, because originally I didn't know it was corrupted, so I had to replay. Again, this is why you keep a backup save, just in case, of your save file, just in case something like this happens. So I just had to replay a little bit of the last episode to come to where we are now. And I think there's definitely some, differences. I think mostly I would say probably with the money is usually what gets changed. But anyways, we are here to get an upgrade because we have something awesome. Give it to me. Aha, you cannot carry more bombs. You can now bring a maximum of 60 with you wherever you go. The fairies in this fountain, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that was very lovely, madam. I enjoyed really hearing you talk about how, whatever it was you were talking about. I wasn't listening. Okay, but we're gonna go over here now. So what we're kind of doing right now, like I said earlier before I went on, the reason why this episode took so long is, we're delivering the pearls to these locations that the King of Red Lions has marked. You can't really see it because, again, I have a gamepad, so you can't see where exactly I'm headed. But, we're going to some of these islands that are just been very small and triangle shaped. Wink, wink. And so we're going to go and drop off the pearls over there. Now we're gonna have to be careful in this area because there's those large pea hats, and I don't like dealing with them. They're very scary. I don't like it. And also very annoying because they rush you. Alright. Die. There we go. Actually, I might mash here. Okay. Alright, park it. Get out. Alright, come on, let's go. Oh my god, they're flying over me. Okay, no, don't look at me. Don't touch me. Don't even look at me. Don't acknowledge my existence. Please. So, what's going on? Wandering traveler who seeks the guideposts of the goddesses, place the pearl you hold here. Will do. You place Nayru's pearl in the ancient statue's hands. 2 pearls remain. Perfect. Okay, let's get out of here before we get touched. And poked and prodded. Whoa! Okay. Thank goodness. Okay, so now we're gonna head up to the north. That's where we're headed next. It's raining. Oh, that's okay. That's a good thing. Yeah, speaking of rain, actually, yeah, I guess that makes me think of the weather we've been having recently. So where I live, it is, spring. We had our spring equinox, so, we're in the official spring season. It has not felt like that, though. So since, actually, on the first day of spring, it actually was raining a bunch. Actually, not raining, snowing. It was snowing on the first day of spring. But it melted right away. And, I thought, okay, well, now spring's supposed to be here, right? This is now officially spring season. But then, unfortunately, oh yeah, we're gonna avoid that as best as we can. Let's go over here. Yeah, you don't want to run into that, but where is our little island? I think it's right there. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's it. If it starts raining like that, you're probably getting a little too close. So right now, we can't deal with that. Not until at least after the 3rd dungeon. There we go. Although technically, I think you could leave in the middle of the dungeon and then deal with that, but we're not equipped to deal with that. And I don't think it would make sense playthrough-wise to do that either. Wandering traveler who seeks the guidepost of the goddesses, place the pearl you hold here. Will do. Oh, it gets dark, so we're getting serious. Sweet. You place Din's pearl in the ancient statue's hands. 1 pearl remains. Oh, and also, I'm going to structure this episode dungeon-wise, too, because we are going to be going to a dungeon pretty soon. I think the best course of action for us would be to do half the dungeon this episode, because there are some things that happen post-dungeon that I think would be best left to do, because, again, there's some stuff that happens, and I want to be able to include it all in one video, and I think it just makes more sense to do half the dungeon. That's what I think anyways, and that's how I did it in the last original recording of this episode, so I think we're gonna do it just like that. So, just to keep your guys' expectations. There we go. Oh yeah, I guess I can mash the button. Faster, faster, faster. Faster, faster, faster. There we go, now we're here. Ta-da! Okay. Now what may be here, you guys wonder? It is actually the final upgrade for something else. Ta-da! Alright, we know what you say. Yeah, you want to aid us in our quest. We appreciate it, thank you. Next. I like the flower petals in this though. They're very nice and nicely animated. But you can now carry more rupees. You can hold up to 5,000 rupees. Thank you. Yes, your children will do your job to heal us. Thank you. But we'll leave them alone. We already have one of your children in a bottle right now. Excuse me, I'm just gonna take something here. I'll be right back. Alright, thanks for holding on, you guys. I just had to let my cousin in through the door because once again she forgot her house keys. Teenagers, they never learn after we tell them. Anyways, that made me probably sound really old, but I'm like, responsibilities. But anywho, yes, that is the final upgrade for the wallet. So our wallet cannot get any bigger than that, since we can only carry 5,000 rupees at a time. Now that is a required upgrade. Well, I guess it is required. I mean, because technically later on you can do some things that will require the big wallet, and it's, I guess, if you really wanted to. I don't know why, but you can definitely, I guess, try and do the main quest that way, but it doesn't really make sense to. And if you do it that way, it's going to be really hard to grind for rupees. So getting the big wallet as soon as you can is going to be very ideal. But I think in another episode that we will probably do some grinding for rupees, just so we can have our money up. Let's see. Now we're headed to probably the last upgrade we can get currently. Again, another fairy fountain location. We won't be able to get any more upgrades until probably, I would say, right before, I think, the dungeon the next main dungeon, I would say. Because we are going to stop by somewhere in between those places. And that's, I guess, it kind of is like a dungeon, kind of is not. But you guys might know if you've already played, but we'll see when we get there. But anyways, this is our next upgrade. There we go. What was I talking about before? I think it was probably how the weather was all wacky. But yeah, weather's been wacky. It's been hot, cold, in between. Nothing's been all nice and whatnot. It's been kind of crazy. So it doesn't feel like spring. And even yesterday, the weather was again, it was snowing. But like it melted quite quickly, so that's pretty nice that it's hot enough in a sense that the snow won't stick to the ground. But it's also like, we should probably be in the... It doesn't feel like spring right now. Because it's almost May, and it doesn't feel like spring. It still feels like winter. Winter is really overstaying its welcome. And I usually like winter too, because winter for me, I guess my favorite seasons are the colder seasons, so fall and winter. I like usually because that's usually, I like to dress in hoodies, and speaking of which, not hoodies, but you cannot carry more bombs, carry a maximum of 99 with you wherever you go. But I like to wear, like hoodies and shirts, and sweatpants in those seasons, and that's, very ideal weather for that. And sweaters and, jeans, because usually my summer attire is more so t-shirts and jeans, jean shorts, and, with a pair of, like, nice sandals. And now we're going to head towards the last place we need to go. There we go. But yeah, there we go. So now we're headed. Now, let me actually make sure I pay attention to where I'm going, because in the last episode of the last original recording, I was too busy talking about the Mario Galaxy movie, which I also will talk about, no spoilers, of course. But I was so busy talking about the Mario Galaxy movie that I had not realized I had sailed past where we needed to go. Quite embarrassing, really. There we go. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I was right here, and then I just kept on going, and I was like, and this is what I think of the Mario Galaxy movie. Yeah, no. But anyways, so now that I feel like we got the weather out of the way and how wacky it's been, the Mario Galaxy movie I did see. I actually really enjoyed it. Wait, and a cutscene. Hold on, let me do this. I'll maybe talk about it because there's going to be another cutscene after this. Wandering traveler who seeks the guidepost to the goddesses, place the pearl you hold here. Where is your mouth? Sir, I see no mouth. I can't trust this person. You place Aurora's pearl in the ancient statue's hands. Okay, it's okay, Stinky. You're overreacting. That's fine. Okay, well, maybe we should have done that with more caution. Also, this is very interesting for me as well, because usually when I do, on my own playthrough, because when I do this, I actually finish a Din's pearl, this Din statue. But the reason why I didn't do this playthrough is because in the last episode I had meant to stop by where the fairy fountain where she had the wallet upgrade, and I completely forgot about it. And so that's kind of why I kind of ended it, why we're stopping by like this. So technically, I guess we probably would have started this dungeon earlier. But that's how things happen, and luckily it's on the way, if that makes sense, if I just, planned the path out, which is what I did. So, uh-oh. Ouch. That didn't look good. Yeah, come get us, because I'm sure, our body be hurting. I'm sure, I think we just don't have any hearts. We're actually dead. But look, we've made an island appear. This tower, which the pearls of the gods have caused to appear, is a place that the gods of the ancient world prepared so that they might test the courage of men. Only one who is able to overcome the trials that await here will be acknowledged by the gods to be a true hero. Only Link can save Hyrule. Only then will that hero be permitted to wield the power to destroy the great evil, Stink. That which you must obtain now lies before you. You must believe in your own courage, which has led you to triumph over the many hardships you have faced. and you must triumph once again. You must rise above the trial of the gods. I'm good. You know, I'm okay. Well, I guess I have to, you know, otherwise the story won't progress, so fine. Alright, welcome to the third dungeon, y'all. Tower of the Gods. Okay, now, this dungeon has kind of an interesting layout because it's, you know, the first dungeon where we actually have the King of Red Lions with us. And it's kind of interesting because I think this is the only dungeon that will really have him with us like this. Anyways, I pull out the Wind Waker. I don't know if I've ever talked about this, but I pull out the Wind Waker because before I dismount the ship, or I guess, well, he's a boat. You know what? He's a boat, but he's got like the confidence of a ship. Well, let's say that. But anyways, when you dismount the King of Red Lions, you kind of have a delay when you're moving, and so I find it easier to, oh yeah, yellow choo-choos. There we go. I find it easier just to pull out the Wind Waker because that actually acts as like a complete stop. So that's kind of like the brake, if you will. And so it's way easier to pull out the Wind Waker as the brake and then get off, because you can pretty much get off immediately. Now, as you see, we have the Rainbow Bridge here that's going to allow us to cross, but if the moment we step off the switch, you know, it disappears. So what we're going to do is we're going to place this box here, and then we're going to have to wait because the water level rises up and down. That's kind of the gimmick of the first area, is that the water level will go up and down. And so it's a little bit of waiting depending on what you want to do in this dungeon. But I want to take care of this thing first. There we go. And then we're going to quickly cross. Ooh, there we go. Just in time. Yeah, because the level of water rised immediately, so we just made it. Okay, so now that's the next area where we're gonna have to go, but before we do, I'm actually gonna make a stop over here because there is something that we do want. There we go. I kind of forgot the layout of this dungeon in the original recording because I know where to go, like I know which rooms are, but I kind of forgot like where the most important stuff first before I start wandering. So I actually went to this room first in the original recording to get the this little treasure chest. That's what's most important in here. You got the dungeon map. We already know what that does. There we go. Oh, look how we did that. Smooth. Didn't the water level like just go down? Anyways. Yeah, I also think he does move faster in the HD version in the Tower of the Gods, which is pretty nice because then you're not having to... Oh, guess what? We're gonna chill out here. You're not having to just slowly go through in this area because, you know, it's all water, so you can't technically swim all the way because, you know, we do have a, you know, I guess a stamina meter in the water. Once that runs out, we drown, so we don't want that to happen, so... Alright. Also, guys, I hope you guys are doing well. Usually I address that in the beginning of the video, but I just had a lot to talk about with the recording not working and having to troubleshoot a lot of things, but I hope you guys are doing well. I also hope your guys' weather is a lot more stable and a lot more consistent because, you know, us having our weather just be like up and down, left and right, it's really hard to be stable with this type of weather. Okay. I'm gonna wait for that to go down. But yeah, so I hope you guys have been doing well, and you know, I really thank you guys for your patience on this particular episode because it just took so long to not only record, have time to record, but also to troubleshoot, because troubleshooting is what I pretty much did last week. And usually when I record a new episode, I try to do it, you know, as quickly as I can, because still my living situation is just not ideal to do more consistent recordings, but you know, that's just how things are. And I'm making it work the best I can. But you know, obviously if I had it my way, I would definitely be producing a lot more episodes, you know. But that's how it is. So again, thank you guys so much for your patience on that, you know. And you know, for this particular episode, I'm definitely going to push this one a lot faster than I normally would. So I think I'm probably going to release this one on a Friday, because usually I do new episodes on a Monday when I have the time. But I'm trying, my idea is to try and push this one up for a Friday. Oops, okay. Well, we dropped that, so let's try again. Was there another stick? Yes, there was. Okay. Oh, well, I didn't mean to do that. Let me drop that one. I want to have much time as possible to cross with no open flames. But yeah, thank you guys so much for your patience on this one, and I'm definitely gonna probably put out on my social media at some point later today or the next day to when to expect the episode. Okay, we're gonna cross, 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 hot cross buttons. Boom, boom. Ta-da! Okay, now we get this thing. Ba-ba-da-ba-bum. We got the small key. We already know what that does. Okay, well, I don't really want to deal with that, so we're just gonna chill up here. Let them come to us. And then swoop around them. Swerve. Swerve, stink, swerve. There we go. Okay. Nope. Just as the water level went down, and just missed him. There we go. So now that is that done, now we can kind of go over to the left side of this place, which is the last area you end up hitting up. Okay, now we have these little bumble walls, so let's take those down. And a 1. And a 2. Also, you want to be careful, I believe, when you do bomb these walls, because I think if you're too close, you can accidentally hit yourself. I didn't mean to pull that out. Back down we go, so we're just chilling. Alright, how are you guys doing? Nah, I'm kidding. But anyway, I guess I'll talk about the Mario Galaxy movie, because I did see that. That was my original topic for the episode as well. What did I think about it? I liked it a lot. You know, I am a little biased with Nintendo, but, you know, I liked it quite a lot. I thought it was good fun. I thought everybody had their moment. And, you know, I definitely understand the critiques of it. Some parts maybe feeling a little bit rushed. I definitely understand those critiques. But I still enjoyed, you know, what was presented. Oh, I'm gonna also get a little thing as well here. Ooh. Sorry, that did not hit. Actually, maybe... Oh yeah, I don't think it'll respond, so let me go in here. Let's go here. Also, we have a new enemy. Those are Rick Bubbles. They're just a skull made of fire. Obviously, you can see how easily it was defeated, so that's not really a threat to us. Ta-da! We got the compass. Anyways, that's all we can really do in this room. I don't think we'll end up coming back, but there was a hint in there. I don't know if you guys saw what item we'll be getting in this dungeon. So hint, hint, nudge, nudge, wink, wink, all that good stuff. Oh, okay, well I didn't mean to swing it. But yeah, liked it a lot. Maybe some parts were rushed, but I still liked it as a, you know, as a movie. And I cannot wait for it to come to streaming services so I can watch it all over again. Okay. And we're gonna light these up. Ta-da, now there's something we can grab up there, so we're gonna go grab it. That's okay, we dropped the stick. It's fine, it's fine. We don't need it anymore. We're gonna grab that. Sweet. There we go. And also, yeah, I guess I can also just still continue the topic of movies. I also did see the Michael Jackson movie. That I quite enjoyed that one quite a lot as well. It was kind of crazy because I felt like his nephew, who played Michael Jackson, Jafar. Oh, okay. Now I guess we're gonna play. We're just gonna avoid these guys because we can't attack and we're vulnerable. But I thought the nephew, played him really well, and I think he even got like his dance moves down like super well too. It was like really well choreographed, and I thought it was just very awesome to see like Michael Jackson, you know, on the screen like that, you know, brought to life like, once again in a sense. He really embodied him. Oh, thank you. Oh, the stairway to heaven. There we go. Okay, now we don't have to wait again. A lot of this dungeon, at least in the first half, is waiting because just the water levels go up and down. We won't be doing that much in the later part of the dungeon, so that'll be nice. I'm just gonna go up here. And we're gonna place that over here. There we go. Now, even though we've had really inconsistent weather, I will say the days that have been like really nice have been super nice. You know, it's kind of getting to the point where I don't even need to bring my windbreaker or sometimes my winter coat half the time. So it's really nice that I don't have to. Oh, sir, hello, sir, 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 sir. Sir, I'm drowning. Sir. Okay, there we go. Okay, we're good. Okay, now we're past all the water stuff, so that's actually... We're gonna be making a lot more consistent progress here. I was gonna try and roll and, like, hit him, and that didn't work out. Oh well. But, let's see. I guess there's also gonna be something in this room as well. That'll be kind of a cool concept. Because it's something that was addressed because obviously there was a function with the GameCube, not the GameCube. Oh. Sir! Yo, what the F, dude? My money. Get back here. Oh, I was gonna say, that should have hit him. Uh-huh. Where's the other one? Thought you were slick about it, weren't you? Anyways, you know, sorry, my, the rats decided to attack. There we go. There will be an interesting concept, just coming up right here. Because in the original game for the GameCube, there was from Tingle we get the Game Boy, Tingle tuner. But, you know, obviously we don't have a GameCube or a Game Boy Advance in here, and we also don't have, you know, we have the Tingle Bottle, but that does nothing since Miiverse is shut down. But we do have something we can grab that was originally grabbable with the Game Boy. So you would kind of have to know about these locations beforehand. Grab that. So, because you usually have to place, I believe it's like a Tingle Bomb to get these. But we'll just showcase that now. You got the Goddess Tingle statue. Its salty seawater coating is kind of gross. It will be waiting for you on Tingle Island. So they are these collectible statues that are in kind of the main dungeons. And so we missed the first two because obviously we didn't have the bombs at the time. But if you had the Game Boy Advance, you could just get those with the Game Boy. And, oh, we're going to the right. So you get those originally with the Game Boy Advance, and so that way, probably by now, if you had it, you know, you'd have the 3 statues. All waiting for you on Tingle Island, but we only got the bombs just now, and so that's how they kind of make up for having, you know, not having the Game Boy with us. There you go. Choo-choo and bombs, nice. Okay, and now here's the really fun part. I think gamers all love this part. Seeker of the Goddess's Guidepost, press ZR to call me and guide me to my place of truth. One of the rare times Stinks speaks in English. Come on! Alright, everybody's favorite, escort missions. So now we have to escort the statue across the way, back to the main room of over there, where we just were. You know, he moves kind of slowly, so you just kind of have to make sure that you know, you walk at a good pace. He'll follow you in a straight line, essentially. I don't think they move any faster in this one. I think they move at a decent pace. Alright. And I do believe you jump a little longer when holding them, so that's nice. Now you do have to be careful with these statues because they are, since this is an escort mission, they are your partners, and so while they can't get damaged per se, you can still hurt them by having, for example, just having him fall down into the pit. If they fall down into the pit, that does count as a death, and you will lose a bit of your health. But not a game over though, so we haven't done that. We're lucky to have not done that. Hopefully not ever, but you never know. Ooh. Alright, let's get some tunes, my dude. Alright, let's learn our song. Seems simple enough. Word. You learn the command melody. My kin wait beyond the doors. Control them and guide them to their places of truth to open the path to the gods. Thank you. I turned off. Okay. Anyways, yeah, so now we have the command melody, and we can now actually control the statues. So there might be some time. Oh, let me grab your attention. There we go. Oh, sir. Yeah, come over here. There we go. Alright, so let's take care of you. Alright, thanks for waiting, guys. Alright, to be honest, I'm getting interrupted a little bit more often today, but I think that's better than actually having, you know, unusable footage. That's way better, so I don't mind these interruptions. But okay, but we're almost near the end of today's episode, so we will be, you know, we will be done here in just a little bit, because we're reaching about what I would consider the halfway point in dungeons, and usually that's getting the item in question that you get from dungeons. But I said we will just proceed just a little bit after that, because I want to end in kind of the main room. Okay, so we're gonna put him here. There we go. Now obviously our guy cannot carry any items, so this is where the command melody comes into play. Boom, boom. There we go. So now as you can see, he's green now, which means we're controlling him. And so we are able to go whichever direction we want. Now, technically, I guess if you wanted, we could just shove him off the cliff, but we're not going to do that. That's a little cruel. Okay. There we go. Also, kind of get used to this mechanic as well, because I said this is kind of like the training for this, because something will occur later on in these later dungeons where we'll have to do stuff like this. Okay. Oh. What's up, my boy? Stink, it is I, the King of Red Lions. I'm afraid there are some areas to which you will not be able to bring the servants of the tower. But do not fear leaving them behind. Once you have awakened them, they will wait patiently for your return. Of this, I assure you. Yes, there you go. So, you know, as you know, he just explained, if we ever need to leave them behind for whatever reason, they will just wait in the room we left them in. There we go. So we're gonna go over here. There we go. And there we go. Money's up. Oh, well, not there, but that's all right. Hello. How are you? Okay, this is our first, you know, this is our mini boss. We are fighting the Dark Knight. There we go. Now, you can really, again, remember, the boomerang is overpowered, so you can really cheese this fight. And you can basically make it a very easy fight. There we go. Oh, we're gonna get this nice, sir. We're gonna get this for Knight's Crest. There we go. Alright, boomerang. There we go. Oh wow. See, I would be ashamed too if, you know, he's hiding, he died behind the pillar. I would be ashamed too of getting your butt beat by a 10-year-old who just boomeranged and whacked your head a bunch of times. My dude's got a concussion. Or I guess he did have a concussion. He's dead now. Anyways, dungeon item. Hey, you got the hero's bow. Set it to blah 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 blah, and then use it with the button you set it to. Hold the button to knock an arrow and release the button to shoot. You can carry up to 30 arrows. Sweet. So we've got the bow, the hero's bow, and that's going to be very handy. Because now we can definitely kill enemies from a long distance. much like these guys here. Nice. I like having on the Y button the best. I just feel I perform better. Oh, well, that one wasn't as nice, but there we go. I feel like when I have it on the R button, it works best for me. Oh, I guess we also need the grappling hook as well. Oh, whoa, okay. I almost just walked off the edge there. Okay. So as you can see, now that we're back in this room, something just happened. As you can see, now he was just waiting for us very patiently. They'll always wait by the door you entered the room in with them. So if you're ever trying to look for them in like in a big room and you don't know where they'll be waiting when you left them, they'll just return to the door that you originally came in through. Alright, there we go. Oh, it's you. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. I just wanted to look at you, so I can just leave in front of your face. There we go. All right. You know, take your time, sir. Really, take your time. There we go. Okay, that's awesome. And there is where we'll be heading, but we were going to do that in the next episode. So I'm just gonna do my little spiel like I usually do, but I'm gonna do it on top of here, because that's where I did it last time, and I think this is just a nice little area to kind of end things off. Okay. Oh, not, sorry. There we go. Anywho, yeah. First before I do my little spiel, thank you guys so much for your patience on this, because this was just a little difficulty period for trying to figure out how I can produce this episode, especially with both my USB-C hub going to crap, and I guess part of my TV played a little bit of a role in that too, with it not being fully updated, because usually when it's not updated, it tends to go a little wacky. But thank you guys so much for your patience with this episode, and I'm definitely going to try and push this as soon as I can. So hopefully, hopefully I can get this out by Friday later this week. So again, thank you guys so much for your patience and for sticking this out with me, and I hope you enjoyed today's episode. With that in mind, now I'll go into my little spiel. If you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, I'd appreciate a subscription to this channel. And if you're not following me on social media, like on Twitter/X, Instagram, and TikTok, I'd appreciate a follow on there, because that's when I usually notify you guys of when I upload episodes, or if I want to post anything that I, just feel like posting. So once again, thank you guys so much for watching, and in the next episode, we're going to continue through this dungeon, and we'll probably do some post-dungeon things after that as well. So yeah, I think that's all I want to say. So my name is StreetBandit64, and I'll see you guys next time. Deuces!